Okay, so here, oh. The big one here, this muchacho, his name's Yo-Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo for short. That's because when you say I in Spanish, you say yo. So it's kind of like saying me, 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 because he's always trying to get my attention. Like he'll reach up with his paws and like touch me and like follow me around. I considered calling him Shadow or Echo, but I thought that was kind of dumb. So anyhow, that's Yo-Yo. He's got a funny little tail too. And then the two little rascals. Oh, there's one. This little rascal here is a little boy. And his name is going to be Manzi, which is short for manzanilla. I think that's how you say it. And that's chamomile in Spanish. Because usually Manzi's pretty chill. Manzi often sits by himself, sleeps by himself, like separates himself, and just kind of like chills out and watches the others. Manzi makes really good eye contact too. He's got these blue eyes and just looks straight at you. And then the last is my little girl here. And she, Aranyani, goddess of the forest and wild things, said to be fearless of remote places. She's pretty cool. She's very sweet, but also a little wild thing. Savajita, little wild thing. So that's the crew. I think those are the names. And as far as it being tidy, I don't know about all that. I just don't have that much stuff yet, so it's fairly easy. But it's coming together. I still sleep in the tent at night just to be super clean. But it's getting there. It's getting there. It's functional. My massive to-do to acquire. It's not even filled up. It's getting there, little by little. Still have some things to take care of, but hopefully next obstacle is getting the rest of the building built. There's a fellow coming today that I met at the bar on Sunday. His name's Pedro. His son's name's Pedro. His dad's name's Pedro. And, oh, look, it's the fog today. La niebla. I love when it does this. Oh, it's right at the edge of the driveway. It makes it impossible to tell where the sky or the sea is. Look at that. Isn't that just crazy? Look at this. This way? Nothing. You can see it in the distance where it's also coming up through the other valleys. And then here, it's just starting to make its way up my hill. So this is a bunch of furniture I still need to wash off that was down in the cellar. So I've put it out here so I can clean it outside instead of inside. They are chairs and school desks. And my friend Ines, you know, she grew up here, so she recognized them as being from the school. Pepe was a teacher, so I'm going to clean them and sand and paint them so that they're not immediately recognizable as school furniture. But like if you were here and you looked at them, you'd be like, wait a second, I recognize these, you know, because they'd be the wrong color and it's not that distinctive green. But yeah, that's the situation. This door here, I need to refinish, which is almost done. I just need to do a little light sanding And then I can start on the next bit, which is some stain and varnish. I need to put one more piece down here at the bottom. I'll get that piece of wood tomorrow. We're taking a trip into Granada with some friends. The bar owner in Cervalon, Juan, and myself and Angelica, who works there as a workaway. She's from Austria. She's become my friend. But anyhow, this little cement square here, this is my water tank. This is the aljibe. It's meant to be water for the irrigation. It's not drinkable. It's not potable water, but and that's the little access hatch there. And some jars that I have that are soaking to be cleaned so I can plant some plants in them. And my recycling with a block on top so nothing gets in. But yeah, my plan is to take off that whole top, just demo the whole thing so that it's just an open concrete tank. It's about 7 and change deep, so it's fairly deep. It's good. And then I'll plant, hang on, a little hard to see. Let me walk over here. These are all getting out of here. I need to move these today. So it dips down a bit here, and you can see the edge of the planted grapes goes here down to the end of the driveway. And similarly over here, I have this line here. So I have a good amount of space here. It's about 50 foot. And it's got strange elevation going on. You can see there's sort of like 3 levels. But I'm going to try to keep some of that leveling. And I want to put sunken down seats here with one of those little fire bars in the center. Some shading, some little benches. I'll keep the fire pit, but I'm going to move it just slightly and make it round and have a little pebble mosaic around it. That's just something that was pretty quickly and shoddily built for necessity's sake to burn some of the trash. Anyhow, yeah, so this area here, this already has a foundation, like a little retaining wall started, and that's totally legit. That's fine. So I'm going to use some of this space here where I'm standing now to make a plant filtration zone. Like this part here, just here, will all be patio. And I'll have like a little U-shaped bench here, some shade structure over top of here, and a little coffee table. This will just be level patio. So like cobbles or whatever I put, stone. Same on the far side here with this walkway in front of the house. That'll be cobbled in. And this area here will be plant filtration. And then I may or may not put a little section for koi somewhere here. But I'm thinking about that. Fish are kind of like another complexity that I'm not super familiar with, but whatever. I might do it, because if I put, well, I don't know. It depends on the greenhouse as well, because if I put fish in the greenhouse, I can grow things like tilapia and prawn, which are actually super delicious when you grow them in a greenhouse and nutritious and all that. So I might do that. The greenhouse will eventually go down here. It'll be like on that hillside there. But yeah, this gives you a little bit better idea of the terrain and the sloping. So yeah, plant filtration here, and a little walkway here, a little water feature with a big rack and like a little waterfall, so you can hear water flowing all the time from the house. The bedroom will be here. I'm gonna have my bed lofted and a long narrow rectangular window here, and then underneath I'll have some more window. I want a lot of windows here. And that'll be the artist studio area. I'll have all my art supplies and my music stuff, all my guitars, whatever, shall be in this area underneath of the loft. And then on the far side against the bodega wall will be my closet and dresser. And then when you first enter in between these 2 pillars where it's currently open, this is where the door will be. I'm going to have big double doors, I think. And then here, this area is going to be sort of awesome. I'm going to put a bath right here, make this more window. And then around the bath, I'll put adobe seats, I think. Anyhow, so when you first walk in the house, up here, today's business is emptying this out and leveling it. Right now, I just got my supplies sort of organized. Wood stove against the far wall should provide a little heat to the bodega, but not too much. It's insulated, that wall. And then coming off of it will be the adobe seats with radiant heat tubing put through them, so that the heat coming off the stove goes through it's called a thermosiphon. The idea is that hot water rises, right? So you have cold water coming in through a pipe over here, and it'll come into the stove. It'll hit these coils that go around my wood stove, and the coils will be inside, built into the bench seating, so that there'll be like a heated bench, and that can double function as a day bed then. And then a small one here, which is just going to be like a little corner one. And then here will be kind of like the bedroom area. So I might put like a curtain or something across here. I'm going to make the roof pretty much where it's at, that level. And those windows then should be above the roof or just level to it, so that I get good cross flow of wind still into the bodega part. And I'm going to put just a little like 1 foot-ish little parapet wall around the top of the non-existent roof here, so that that can be a place that I do still use. And I'm going to do it with metal roofing for water catchment. I want to catch that rainwater as potable water. And if I do the right kind of metal roof, I can do that. So that'll be water catchment area, and that'll be no entry, private. Little gate right here that says private. But I'll have like a hammock up here. And honestly, people can be up there. I just want it to be a no shoes area. You must have clean feet when you are up there. Just because, you know, I'll have ducks and whatnot. So it's like, that is a no shoes area. So yeah, that's that. I'm going to finish building this wall probably this weekend. And you can only build so much at a time, about 3 feet. So hopefully I get a layer or two. And you have to let them dry in between. So I will continue with that. These windows are sort of already started to be framed out. God, I love the fog. Look at this. It's so distracting. These piles here are mostly trash. They are styrofoam panels that I have that I don't know what to do with. I could maybe use them for insulation. They're really dirty. I need to wash them. I don't know. I kind of just don't want them. You can see this one. They're all these weird styrofoam panels. I think they were being used to sort of cushion in between the cases wine, but they were in the storage room, and that was just a wonderful home for rats. So no more styrofoam. Not unless it's thoroughly encased in a wall or ceiling. So yeah, I have some windows already. So I've got, that's just for plants. That's just a screen frame. But this is actually a good window. It's double pane. And that'll be the one for the bedroom, the long one up at the top. And, oh, you can see behind, kind of. Well, anyhow, I have a second good double pane one here. That one's actually rather thick, probably like 2 inches. And a good size. I'm not sure where that one goes. Probably here. But yeah, so I have a guy that's come today. He'll come today, this afternoon. Pedro, who might do the roof for me. So once I have the walls built. So that'd be good. Here will be the sink in this little cove here. Wash dishes. I think it's an okay spot to be doing dishes. Yeah, that should do. And usually the sunset is right about there. So I can live with standing here to do dishes. Big bathtub here. And then like some step down, like little built-in bench seating around the bathtub to step down and up easily. And I'll have storage underneath. I think possibly a hot water tank under the bath, but I'm not positive yet. We'll see. So yeah, that's that. And then, I don't know. I don't want to say much more. I have a window for, here's going to be, I will have an indoor toilet, an actual flush toilet here. I'll have something modern here, just for convenience, and especially in the winter. I know I'm not going to want to get out into the cold in the middle of the night, walk outside and go to the composting toilet. I'm not going to want to do that. So here will be a flush toilet, and I will have some sort of black water, which is a bummer, but yeah. And I have a nice window for this part too. And then the door will swing that way. And then I might put here a little Murphy table and like some fold-up chair. Perhaps make this like a little cozy seating spot to read. The sun sets right over there and it's really beautiful, and there's going to be a window here. So I think this will be my little breakfast area, little tiny table, Murphy table, some kind of beanbag chair, I don't know, whatever. Details. And then here's the double door, right? And then I'll have a projection screen that I can just pull down and up. Have my projector over here. And like I said, there's the bench seating / day bed and the other seat, so that you can sit here to watch TV on the back side of the door. I think that'll be pretty cool. And, you know, big window here for the artist studio, second small one, rectangle up top to get ventilation for the bed. And here will be lots of window. Now you're thinking, all this window, I'm facing south right now, right? So it's well designed for passive solar already. It's got the correct orientation and all that, but there's about 2 feet of space here with this little walkway and where the aljibe will be. I'll put railings here, you know, nice little ledge, so that like this is kind of closed in, and here you'll have cobble. But overhanging this, I'll make the roof come out about 2 feet so that there's an overhang here of slatted wood, so that it's a little bit sheltered and so that you're not getting so much sun into these windows, just the right amount. And it'll sort of be filtered that way. So yeah, this is future patio, dunking pool. That can be gray water. That can be used for washing things like clothing and bodies. It won't be potable. The potable water will be rainwater catchment from the 2 roofs, which will be plenty, because this is already full, and this was rainwater, and it was a drought this year. So yeah, I think it'll be just fine, and I can always have it filled if I need to. There's also potable water well on the very far side of this hill. It's a distance, so I could have that extended at some point with some tubing, but I don't think I'm going to put that pipe in anytime soon. I'm going to start with rainwater catchment. That'll be all right for the beginning. But fresh water comes in. There will be filtration on the side of this wall. So here. So rainwater catchment tank, like a big IBC or something, probably hidden here, so that I can put maybe like a little mosaic shelter on top of it or something, so that doesn't ruin the view when you're looking out this window. So IBC tank, water storage, potable water storage, filtration. It'll go through a series of rough filters, like coarse filters. So it'll start with gravel, and then it'll make its way down to sand. You kind of just zigzag these little courses of not quite, not gutter. I want to use like clear plastic for it so that you can see the process, and it'll be really pretty. But yeah, that's that. And that top roof there will be a guest area. That will be like a patio with tables and umbrellas and yada yada. all of my solar will be on this roof here. And then the batteries will come down into the back of that room. And this is sort of a storage room. I'll show you that. Hi, Yo-Yo. What you doing? You following me? Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo-Yo. See? He's always trying to get my attention. Right, so this is the little storage room. I'll put a better door just for cosmetics since this will face the interior of the house. But this is the storage room. I've already tackled this one. It's cleaned up now. It just needs to be plastered. That's about it. And those bricks there are meant to be removable. That's why they're done kind of shitty. So that can actually be where the conduit comes in for all of the solar. So, and then in here I will have some shelving for a pantry, a very large pantry. Lots of food storage because I'm going to have a self-sufficient garden. And all my tools can be kept in here. I'll put shelving for that. My bicycle when I'm not here or even when I am. Yeah. So this is kind of just like the Mason warehouse, little storage. It's got a tiny little window, so I won't need lighting in here. It actually will just open up into the interior of the house, so it'll get sunlight. So I'm going to put cosmetically a better look to this, you know, but sort of seal it up a bit. But yeah, this is actually a really great room. Yo-Yo has not been in here yet, so this is Yo-Yo's first adventure in the Mason. That little tinkling sound is the metal door. It changes with the heat. So yeah, that'll be tool storage, pantry, and solar housing for the batteries, the inverter, and the charge controller. Look at that fog. So cool. Yep. Okay, so that's the tour. That's the update. I have stuff to do today before Pedro gets here. So you can properly see this area. And yeah, I guess project-wise, that tells you a few things. I've sorted out what I have so that I know what I have and what I need to buy. All these things are out here to be cleaned. Here I'm going to put herbs, like a little raised bed here, a spiral for herbs. And then you'll, you know, kind of walk this way into the bodega. And well, you've already seen that. This area here, when you first come in through the bodega, here, I need to finish, put the roof better, yada yada. But this second room here, which is on my to-do list today, is to finish clearing out the rubble here. This area will be a composting toilet. So that'll be for guest use during the day, whatever, you know, whenever you want to. But that's a dry toilet. It does not require water and it does not create any black water. I will have a small sink, but that'll be just for hand washing. And then the tank will be here, and it sort of goes on a slope, and essentially the finished compost ends up at the bottom of it 3 years later, and you can clean it out. At that point, it literally is just compost, it's dirt. And you can use that. It's called humanure. Yeah, so that's a thing. And it will get plenty of heat here. You can also paint it black to accelerate the process. And then for ventilation, so that this does not smell, you put a ventilation pipe going up and away, and you draw a fan, and you take cold air intake from the bottom. And just because hot air rises, it creates like a vacuum for that fan to operate and ventilates the structure. Yo-Yo, what you doing with my grapes? Yo-yo, hey, oi. So that's the plans of the moment, the projects of the moment. Hope you enjoyed the video. See you soon.